Thank you all for joining. Welcome on board. It's going to be a nice session. Let's have fun together. Thank you all for joining. We'll pick up in the next 2 minutes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. If you don't mind, just give us some like. Let's spread some love. Thank you all. Thank you, Ita. Thank you, Peace. Thank you, Blessing. Welcome, everybody. Let's go. Thank you, School Father. Thank you, Tunde. Thank you, Aye. Thank you all. Yeah, I know it was short notice for us today. Let's give everybody else another minute and we kick off. Let's go, people. Thank you, everybody. All right, let's give us one more minute and we get started. Thank you. Thank you all. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for making it. As always, always a delight to be part of the community here. So a lot of us have asked me, okay, why do we try to update our team, our community on some of those new trends and tools out there? And the answer is simple. we all agree at the minimum that this is going to be the new normal going forward. A lot of organizations will be using AI tools to keep them efficient in your professional circuit, in your personal life, in your business life, whatever you do. I think all of us can agree at the minimum efficiency is going to be a big deal going forward right now. So, because of that, what we do in our community now is that on a weekly basis, as much as possible, we try to showcase a few things we've learned within our community for the week and share it with our community. That's really the deal. So tonight is one of those moments where we played around certain solutions and we found them useful. And we said, hey, what the heck? Why not? Let's share it with the community. Hopefully, one or two people can get something from it, execute and use some of those solutions for themselves and maximize life. That's it, really, at the end of the day. Thank you for showing up. As always, half of the battle, in my opinion, is showing up. Just keep showing up, keep adding a little layer of skill, knowledge to yourself. I don't know if any of us saw the World Bank IMF report that came out this week, early part of this week or last week. I don't remember. The funny thing is that this is not any kind of organization, right? This is IMF. If I remember, the number was 40% of jobs would go. 40 or 60%. I'll double check that. That is crazy, really. This is coming from, IMF saying 40% or 50% of jobs will be lost as a result of AI. You know, um, that is crazy, folks. Let me quickly give you the number. IMF report on AI. Let's quickly check that number real quick so that you can I can just give you the a factual number there. Okay, yes. Okay, this is what, let me read it to everybody. The IMF analysis captures these factors. The findings are striking. Almost 40% of global employment is exposed to AI. Now, this is not me talking, right? This is International Monetary Fund. 40% of jobs in the global market is going to be taken over by AI. And that's being conservative, really. So that is a big deal. That is huge. That is massive. As a matter of fact, one of the challenges now is that political leaders are preparing for potential uprising, potential riots in cities as a result of AI taking over a lot of jobs. And we've seen it happen actually in the US, for example, in North America. The Association of Content Creators or Writers in Hollywood did a strike, a protest in California because a lot of scripts were now generated using AI and people were threatened that they would lose their jobs. So the point is this, folks, this is no longer some down the road issue. It is mainstream. If IMF is involved right now because of the fear of global crisis, riots, protests globally. Now, for emerging technologies or emerging economies, it might not be as significant because they are not really doing a lot of automation anyway. They are not really connected to the network or as much as other much more connected environments. So that can be a twist for some community, but on the aggregate, it's a global threat for all of us. Now, where do we come in after saying all these things? We come in by saying, all right, we just want to be the early adopters. Whatever the trends are, it makes no difference. It's coming. But guess what? When it comes, we are savvy, we are knowledgeable, we are less worried, we are, already one of the early adopters. We've built trust equity in the different domain area we are working in, and we just shine. That's the way I look at it. So every one of us on this call, whatever your line of field is, it's smart. If you're a business owner, a cyber specialist, product specialist, clinical research specialist, medical doctor, whatever you are, pharmacists, whatever your story is, political leaders, grant writers, singers, musicians, whatever you are, your story is. This is just a smart thing to plug yourself in. It's here to stay, right? So because of that, we do this in our community every week as much as possible. So, weekly, show up, learn one or two things, know the tools exist. You may not need it immediately, but if the need arise, just shine and enjoy it and use it and play with it. So today was one of those tools. In our community, we've learned some very cool stuff. One of them that I love so much was we've used it to generate a lot of images, stories. We've actually downloaded learning large models, LLMs, in our local drives, whereby we can have our own chat GPTs, right, and customize it to ourselves. Crazy stuff that we've done. We've actually used it to filter documents within our community. So if you've not seen those series, go watch it. Amazing stuff we've done, really. And I make sure that we use things that I know are very actionable, things that are within our community we've needed to use. The use case is there. So it's not just some random stuff. There are mostly things I feel, okay, this is a good use case. I can use it. So tonight is one of those times. Now, all of us can agree on one thing at the minimum: the act of storytelling. Storytelling is a big deal. Now, um, you know, Albert Einstein said, imagination is stronger than knowledge. If you don't have imagination, everything else is going to fall apart, right? So, because there's no limit, because knowledge has limits, imagination has no limits. So, the beautiful thing about storytelling is that tonight, all of us here can sit down and tell your own story the way you want to do it. In the past, we all have to think about going to Hollywood, to studio, to so many layers of stuff. What about tonight if I tell you it might not be perfect yet, but honestly, it's getting close. You can build yourself and build your story of your life in the last 10 years. You can actually build a story for your children and tell them your story. It's amazing, really. You see tonight, it's really crazy cool, really. I played with it and I was just impressed. Let me show you a little bit to kind of give you. Oh, it was crazy stuff. Man. I was enjoying it really. So one of the cool things was, I decided to run. I said, okay, let me create an avatar of myself. Of course, you all can tell this is an AI tool, right? And what this freaking amazing tool did was it's created a persona for myself. Let me tell you what's been happening in the past. Some tools I've seen, right? What you will see is that you can generate a character for yourself, right? But if you use that character for a story, it's not going to be consistently showing in all of your story points. So, for example, if I'm telling a story about a boy that fed a city, yes, they will show the boy, but the sequence of the story would not reflect that specific person, right? But this tool allows you to actually create a character that can be in the story all through the sequence of the story. So that person would be, this is going to be me all through the story. This is amazing. It means I can write a script right now and say, show me telling a story, scene one, scene two, scene three. It is crazy stuff. I mean, of course, like anything else, you play around it. It's not a big deal. They are very easy tools to use. And the beautiful thing is that they are free. They give us free credit. I think the credits are good enough to practice and play with it. And if you want to play around it and just create an imagination, your kids will love it. They will just think you're just the coolest dad or mom in the world, really. Just write a story about them or even use them as a story and let them just be blown away and say, whoa, this is me. This is just crazy stuff. So, anyway, I'll show you tonight. The tool is called artflow.ai, and I'm going to type it in our chat right now. Everybody, if you don't mind, go to artflow.ai. It's pretty cool. I mean, really, really cool stuff. Artflow.ai. If you don't mind, just play around it. And if you don't have time for that, that's no big deal. You can always pick it up, watch the video later, and just see what it's all about. It's pretty amazing. And I'll show you the step to log in. Then I'll show you the one I created, and I'll show you just all around it what the tool looks like, and you all can just enjoy the ride yourself. All right, let me quickly share, and you all can just see what it's all about. It's just amazing. All right, let's go. All right, so let's start with this. So what you're seeing right here is the screen for AdFlow.ai, right? So if you go to AdFlow.ai, you can, you know what, let me share the original screen so that you all can see you trying to create it from scratch yourself. Let me go to another screen so that you can do it yourself and you'll see what that page looks like when you do it yourself. Let's go to this one. Here we go. All right. So if you decide to go and log in yourself, this is what you will see. If you go to adflow.ai, right, it will ask you some questions. Do you want to create a character? So let me show you what I did to create a character. All of you can do it. What you need to do is that you would have to find 20 images or pictures of yourself, preferably pictures that really show you well, front view, put them in a folder, and you would upload it in this tool, and it will generate you as a character. Amazing. Let me show you what it looks like. It might take a while to generate it, but I'll show you the step. Then I'll go to another screen that showed my generated ones already. So because we won't have time to wait for it to generate, it might take an hour or two to do that, but you'll see me. But let me just show you what it looks like. So you go to create images. Before that, you can log in with your Google email. Most of them will give you the option to log in with your Gmail. I always use that. So log in with your Gmail. You go to create images, you all will see this here. And you go to character builder. Under character builders, you can create an actor. So the actor would be you in this case. Now, if you don't want to create an actor, that's okay. You can select an existing actor, right? And you can have them tell your story. But you know what? The fun for me was I want to tell my own story with my own image, right? So I think the tool allows you to create one character. So if you create yourself, that is perfect. You can create, your loved one to surprise them. Create your spouses without them knowing. Well, if two spouses are here, sorry, and just surprise them with their story. Use them to create their own story. You can actually put audio, and they will be talking also. Pretty cool. Let me show you. Like I said, I'll prefer to use my image, so you can use yours too. So you can come here and click create your AI actor. So here you have the option to create your actor, right? Look at, they gave us the steps to say you can actually come here, and this is what they expect it to look like. So you can make sure that you make your your setting look appropriate for sure. Okay, then let's see. Um, let me pick this real quick. All right. Can you all see my screen, by the way? Can you see my screen? All right, let me be sure we can see my screen. Let me go back. Okay, I think we can see the screen. All right, let's go back. Okay. All right, let's go back to the screen. All right. So what I did here is just go to browse. So in my case, I have all these images already. I've put together. I just said I come here, I pick all the images, then I click on open. So you all can see, do the same thing, for yourself. I think it allows 20 images or so. Upload pictures 13 of 20. So I come back here, I can pick more. I think I picked, let's see, I went to pick, let's see. So yeah, I can add additional to make it's now 18. Make sure you get about 20 of your images so that it will just reflect you in real time. So let me add another two here just to kind of make sure it's good. Okay, this does make sense. So let me pick one more. And what I did is I went to my Google photo to kind of find all my images to better reflect what I was looking for. So let's see. All right. So we have 20 of 20 here. So what I'll just do once I do that is I'll come and I will put the actor name. So in my case, I may say I may call myself Legend. You know, I'll call myself Legend. You can call yourself anything. Then you just click Start Training. So what's going to happen is that it will take a while. It will train the image, the character to be you, and now you can use yourself to create a story going forward. That's all it's going to do. Now that you've seen this, I'll now go into the one that actually I've set up already that is working for me already. So let me go to that one so that you guys can appreciate it. Well, at least that's just the starting point. That's the way you typically would do it to get to that screen. All right. So now let me now share with you an actual one that I've done so that you guys can appreciate that. It's amazing, really. Let me show you guys that one. So now, all right, let me show you guys. Okay. Believe it or not, I was surprised when I just gave this thing prompt to put me on top of a mountain with lions. And look at me here, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I mean, it just made me to be in a mountain top with some lions. I can make it have cinema effect. I can actually now go to Story Studio, which I like. This is really cool. So the Story Studio, I'll show you what that was all about. You can come here and create characters, but let's quickly go to character builder for a second. You can see this is me now. Yeah, this is me. So that was the character created for me. You can see me here also. Look at what this thing created. And I know there are some tools out there that can do some of this animation with on the phone and all that. But the difference with this is that this allows you to make it into story form. You can create prompts to build a story for yourself. You can see me here like a whiz kid, you know, you can see different characters there. So you can modify yourself to do so many things, which is just, I think is pretty cool, you know. This is me here with teaching just different personas, giving me some good ideas there. And I gave a prompt to show me as a cybersecurity legend in the cloud. And this thing just built some interesting persona around it. You know, I can come here again to just ask it to, and feel free to ask questions. Tell me what you think we can play with or do. I can create more videos here. I can say create a new video. Let me show you one. Somebody can give me a prompt. Tell me what you want me to do with. I can create a character to do something with myself. Yeah, let's see. Okay, this is another good one. Let me show you guys something here. This is really good. Okay, so yeah, okay, this is pretty cool. Okay, let me show you something. So we can come here. I can upload. I can go to my library. I can pick one of my assets here, and I can actually give it a, you know, hello, welcome to AI and you. And I can give it a voiceover also so that it will just be talking like I'll say use this voice. You can see I'll just click on use this voice. It says it's added. And I'll say click here to animate to click animation. So I'll click here. Then I can actually put some effect here. All right, I'm waiting for this to change. Click to enable. I think my laptop just, okay, it's back. All right. Okay, so now I'll just click on, I can preview the voice. Let's hear it together. I hope we can hear the voice. Let's see.
Hello, welcome to AI and You.
So you can see the voice. Hello, welcome to AI and you. I can export it as an animation. So you guys can see it here. I can export it, export the file, you know. Just call it storyboard in this case. Now export the video. So automatically to become a video and it will, I've added some voice to it. You can see it's coming up here and I can play that. Of course, you can always make it more meaningful, whatever information you want the character to say. Maybe you want to create a video for your spouses or, if your spouse don't ever apologize, you can play them apologizing and just play it for them that, hey, look at you apologizing. Um, I don't mean to start trouble, but you can do so many fun stuff with it, really. For the kids, for anything, you can create a lot of animation. The beautiful thing, I think, is that there's one angle I love so much there, and I'll show you in a bit, and that's the story creation part of it. So you can actually make it create stories, and it will tell your story based on the specific animation showing you as the character, which I think was just really cool. And over time, what that means is that I can write a short story for my journey to the United States, for example, and the character would actually be me, you know, all the stages, step by step. The solution would just show me the outfit I want to wear. Everything can just become real, and you can write your own story in real time in video format. It's just amazing, and the tools are getting better by the day. I mean, so at the minimum, know that these things exist. Secondly, you now know that you can actually play with it and do it yourself. This is the closest all of us will become Hollywood producers, really. We are making our own videos or our own movies or our own script or our own story. It's amazing, really. And these things are getting much more real. I mean, yes, the image might not, but honestly, it did a pretty good job of looking close to me, really, because I looked at it and said, oh, okay, this guy actually, the way they simulated it out of 20 pictures to kind of have some resemblance of myself was pretty cool. So I felt, you know what, this is really good. It's a good start. So, again, it will take a while to eventually get it on. Now, for the paid version, it's faster. So I guess that's their way of saying goodbye the license, right? That version is because they have a section that says faster. So, but anyway, so let me show you another one. This is a new one. They call it Story Studio. Let me show you guys this one. This is pretty awesome. So the Story Studio would show you sample stories, right? So let me show you this one. This was pretty good.
At dawn, little Noor, a bright-eyed girl from a rural village, finds a forgotten, dilapidated textbook in the dusty corner of her attic. Her heart soars at the thought of the new world hiding within its pages, only to crash when her brother snatches it away, claiming books are not for girls. Against all odds, she steals the book back. Noor secretly reads the book by the dim light of her oil lamp at night. Noor's secret comes to light. Her father finding her asleep, the book clutched tight in her arms. He takes a moment and then makes a choice. The next morning, Noor, with the worn-out book in hand, walks alongside her brother to school.
All right, you all can see that. I think that's really pretty cool. You could see that was a story of a girl that was going to school. So in this case now, we can write our own story, right? We can come in here and actually write our own story, And so I think that's one of the best tools out there. You can come here and click new story here. You can say, I have a story. All right. So yeah, you can, you know, put your story here, which is which I thought was really good. I mean, I thought that was really, really cool. So let's say at legend, uh, s- so you can actually build a story, then eventually start putting the characters you want to show in that story, and make it your own storyline. You know, I mean, so I'm curious to see some of us trying this and playing around this, but this is just amazing in my opinion. You can write children's story. Let me show you one that we can automate it real quick. Actually, you see it. Let's quickly automate it. So I can come here and just you know help me to write a story. What is the audience? I can say, well, my dad who is 55 years old from okay. Let's say, well, let's say audience who enjoy romance novel. My dad, wildlife enthusiast. Okay, let's say wildlife enthusiast for a second. Okay, what's the purpose of the story? Teach children about the value of persistence. Maybe I'll love that. Let's put that in there. What genre the story should be? Let's say, let's keep it as children's story for now. Any quick idea what the story is about? I can say about resilience and confidence. Okay, so just to give it some ideas. All right, let's see. It's now generating story outline for me. Let's see. Um, okay, so this is the story. You know, if I feel good about it, all right, then I'll say create a story. Select the format. Now, visual style of your story, we can, choose any kind of animation. Do you want it to be cartoon, 3D, storybook? So this is where you see a lot of people generating all this, faceless YouTube channel. This is what they do really at the end of the day. This is really what most of them do. So in case you don't know, this is really it. I can say somebody choose for me. Can somebody choose? So I'll select. Can you type and choose for me, please? Can somebody choose? Which one should I choose? I'm waiting for you. Just give me one. Can somebody choose for me? Romantic, cartoon, 3D, story, tell me, classic. Okay, 3D cartoons. Okay, we got one. All right, let's do 3D cartoon. Okay, let's do 3D cartoons. Okay, perfect. All right, so we created 3D cartoons here. But one thing I challenge everybody, please never run from this. When you see some of these tools, when you get out of our sessions, just go and play with it for 10 minutes. Just have fun with it. You never know the one that will just, and the beautiful thing is that you get familiar with these solutions that when you use it for your own domain area, it becomes easier because you've played with it in most of them try to have similar interfaces, right? So get used to it, play around it. It will never be strange again. You'll be confident if you see any of those tools in your own domain area, whatever it is. You can even use it for animation for presentation for your team, on a topic. That would be crazy cool, really. If your team is struggling and say, hey, guys, I thought about some ideas. Let's quickly watch this video together. And you just do an animation of your situations, the best approach for project management, or best from it's crazy. You just do so many cool stuff. So be creative, but these tools could help you shine definitely in any domain area, any career path. Um, for if you're a business owner, I think all of us should be business owners. If you do whatever you like, own a business, right? And be surprised how you can use a lot of these tools to promote your own business, whatever your business is really. So look at this guy, story character. We had Milo, a monkey, we had a hole, an old owl, we have other animals. Okay, I'm not gonna make changes, but let's see if I can okay, let's see if I can make one change. Let's see for the other animal, let's see if we can um let's say different look, not specified, not so various animal, a vibrant color, including a chattering parrot, a playful monkey, and a wise owl. I can probably say changing appearance. I could say create an ego, a bald ego. Let's see if that works. I'll say create a bald ego. All right. You know what? I'll just say continue storyboard. Let's say. So what you see now is that it's going to create the storyboard for us, different scenes for us, which is just amazing, really. So whatever your story is, imagine, and most of us can use ChatGPT to develop a story anyway. And now you can just choose the kind of animation you want, and voila, you have a story. Yeah, this is what people do. So all of those YouTube channels, sorry, I'm spoiling some of your fun stuff, but this is what they use to create most of them. Really, a lot of tools you see out there. These are the things people use to generate them and make you enjoy it. So now you're a creator yourself. You can create any of those things if you choose to, you know so always play around them, spend a few minutes to just kind of see what are the limitation of these solutions, because I bet you some of those solutions would be similar to what you typically will use in your office to do other things too. All right, you can see here it's generating different scenes for us. All right, let's wait. You can tell this it's a bit slow, still thinking. All right, let's see. Look at this again. This is nice. Okay. So different scenes here. If I come here, you can see this is amazing, really. You know. So actually, you can also choose. It gave us two variations. You can choose the one that makes the most sense for you, for your story. You can see for each one of these, it's giving us animation and the talking points here. If you like it, you keep it, but we will just keep it the way it is. We're not going to make much changes. Still working. And once it's done, I'll just accept everything, and voila, we have a story. All right, let's skip. It's almost done. Of course, you can always change the images to whatever image you want to use also. Now, be mindful for the free version, you have limited points given to you. You can see this bar here, you know, it would be reducing as you're generating images. Then after that, it will ask you to pay, right? Okay, now that I've done this, okay, I feel good. I'm not going to make any change. I'll just come here and click export. So, so now we have a story. You can see it's thinking here, exporting all the story for us. And it's a new tool out there that is I saw a lot of reviews about it, and that was why I selected it for this week. That you know what, this would be a good tool to kind of play around in our community also. And what we typically do is that before we select the solution to share, we've used it, we've seen it reviewed at the global stage that people are really raving about it. Then we said, you know what, this is something out there that we should just know about. So we just do the dirty job of scouting out all those major talking points for the week on AI that we thought was cool. We research it, we play around it within our community, try to use some of the use cases, then we share it with our community. That's what we do. All right, let me see. We have questions so far. I think my network is probably bad here. So let me see. Let me get some questions from us. Okay, somebody says storybook, yes. Cartoons, yes. 3D, mind blowing. This is cool. Somebody said create a video where you're driving Bugatti. Hey, George, that will be your assignment. I want you to do that for us sometime. Drive a Bugatti with your cool video. All right, I can see my brother there. Mr. Austin. All right, Austin says it's cool. Somebody said, is this safe? Are you going to see your picture in the web one day? Spoiler alert, all of us pictures already in the web. Sorry. Oh man, you're right in terms of privacy and all that, but the truth is, all of us pictures on the web. If you want to try Google your name, you'll be shocked that, oh boy, you have your pictures. If you have a Facebook profile and all that profile, it's somewhere already. So I'm sure that's the least of my worry. You know, um, no big deal. All right. Somebody said, create a video where you're walking side by side with the lion. Absolutely, that's easy. And the beautiful thing recently, these videos have gotten way much more better. It's just crazy, really, what I'm saying right now. So, for my folks that are in graphic design, doing videography, man, I'm sorry, man. Even our Hollywood brothers and sisters, believe it or not, it's a big threat because some of these tools right now are doing things that, like the one I just showed you right now, it's you can imagine in 6 months of maturity of this tool, it's already building stories. And I mean, I saw my own when I put all the 20 pictures together and the simulation and realizing I have a character now I can use for different scenarios. It's mind blowing because you can create your own character, get the story from ChatGPT, create your character to be the leading actor of your own story, and simulate an environment that makes it cozy. It's just unreal what you can do, really, even in 1 hour. So I challenge everybody on the call, spend time, go through these tools. And somebody asked the tool name. The name of the tool is artflow.ai. 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 And just play around it. Just you know, go through it yourself and practice it. Don't be shy using those tools. Let me share my screen again so you guys will see it. For those of us that joined late, so you can see some of the things those tools were doing. It's just crazy stuff, really. I mean, I'm always in awe when I see some of those use cases and the way people use those solutions really right now. I mean, if you are not involved in it, I can guarantee you one thing. You wake up one day and realize you are really running at a deficit because people are really thinking every day of ways to maximize and optimize the way they use all these models, really. So spend some time, play with it. I don't have an affiliate with this company, nothing, but I just like their tool because it was just cool. It was a cool tool. So I enjoyed, playing around it. I get to see my own image, my own video. I was putting, different movie scenario, so it's just crazy stuff. I mean, you can create a lot of scenes of yourself doing some weird. Somebody wanted me to be in a Bugatti. Let me see if I can show you all myself in a Bugatti. Let's see how that works. Let's see if I can pull a string here with Bugatti. Let's see. Pick an image from the asset panel. All right, let's see what that is. All right, let's pick some assets here. Okay. So in this case, I have my own assets already. All right, let's say project assets, upload. Okay, I'm using a different, this is the one, but let's use this sister for a second and just see what network is a bit slow here. So let's see. If you have, if your network is fast, you'll see, okay, let's dialogue. So you can make this image to say anything you want it to say, right? You can choose different characters. Let me get back to the one I was actually using of myself. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Here we go. Yeah, this is me. Let me show you the one that I was really doing myself. That will make more sense. Let's go back to this. Share your screen. For those of us just joining, we use a tool called AdFlow. AdFlow is pretty awesome. You can see here, this is the image I created myself. This is me. So the tool will give you these actors, right? And you can create an actor for yourself. In my case, this was what, this is me here. Um, so this is the actor here. So now I can actually create image with this actor. You guys can see some images created already of me. You all can see this is me here. They turned me into Lord of the Rings. This is crazy stuff. I can animate it and make it look fancy. I can make it look really, really fancy, right? You'll see me put some motion around it. So you can do so much with it. Whatever you want to do with it, you can build a story with it. So you can see me here. All right, let's make it detect my face. And don't forget, we play with these tools. The more you play around it, you get more comfortable with it. And here you can zoom in to make it, you know, come closer if you want to. You can give it some words to say if you want it to talk. You can use the voiceover just like we did earlier on. You can create certain effect around it too. You can make it zoom out. You can right to left. You can see the movement here, right to left. I can say left to right. I can make it zoom out, you know. So whatever you want to do with it, you can make the character do so many things, the way you feel. So then after you do that, you can always export it. Let's export this for a second. Click on two, export the video, and you have a video. To come up as a video as it's downloading. So I mean, play with it, create characters. I'll challenge everybody on the call. Just create a character of yourself. At the minimum, just have videos like this, the one I have of myself, and just create something of. Then for some of us that are um, looking for what do you call it? LinkedIn profile pictures, looking for nice pictures for avatars. Upload all your images, and this thing will generate something like this for you all. And you can see it's pretty close to my look. I mean, it's literally me, just with some toning. That's all. But that's it. You can do that for yourself. Generate it for your LinkedIn profile. For some of us, make it, ask it to put you in suits. You can just find yourself wearing suits, and use it as a LinkedIn profile for some of us too. But this is just what I wanted to share. Questions. Let's see if anybody had some. Can you get the picture to smile? All right, that's a good one. Somebody said, absolutely, you can make the picture, you can prompt it to say, show a smiley face. Absolutely, it will make you smile. GRC AI tools for those of us in cybersecurity. There are tools out there now that actually, um, all right. Okay. Let me sneak you guys in for it's an announcement, not an announcement, but for those of us that are part of our community in the cyber world, we just created a tool called skillwe.io. Let me share it with you all. I'll post this as a tool. You know, um, it will be launched officially, but since you guys asked about GRC2, I wanted to just show you something actually. So at least you can know that the we are always busy with our community, thinking of ways to enhance and maximize ourselves as professionals. But let me show you something, and this is awesome. So this is for us at Skillwit, right? This is just a platform where you can check for different tools. Now it's not operational yet, so don't it is operational, but we've not launched it officially yet, but you can start using it really if you want to. So for example, somebody says cyber. If you click on cyber here, you'll see some of the cyber tools out there that you can actually start checking. These are AI tools in cybersecurity right now. You can see, This is for IBM Watson, Darktrace, CrowdStrike, Cyberism, and we're adding more solutions out there as we see them. For those of us in healthcare, you can also sneak in things for clinical research. You can see different things around health. So as we see some of those leading trends and technology out there, we would definitely be, adding it within the skill with community for sure. So that's something that we are currently working on. So more questions. Let's see. All right, please, if you don't mind, hit our like button, folks. Like us, like us, like us. That's the way we, one of the things we commit to our community is every time we just want to add value. That's all. We don't have to have a whole bunch of value. If it's just a little incremental value to you, and you leave here to say, you know what, this is something I can now do. I'm confident to do it, or I have a knowledge about. It's a win for us. We feel happy that we've achieved something. That's all we can hope for and ask from each other. Really, every day, my commitment to our community is we'll be known for excellence. We'll be known for being very contemporaneous. We are very relevant at all the times. So if there's a trend out there, always show up. Show up and learn or listen to the trend. That's if it's just this 1 hour every week, we catch up and you learn one or new things. It's amazing. You just feel better that you're not left behind. Because honestly, it is scary. I'll be honest with you. No matter how we spin it, it's a very scary thing. Even for those of us that have been in professional field for a while, sometimes it's scary because you look and say, wow, a lot of things you will do that takes a while, people are doing it in virtually minutes or seconds now. So you got to just figure out a way to just be relevant and keep yourself way ahead. Another thing I challenge you, don't box yourself. Okay, we don't play small here. In case you don't know about our community, we don't play that game here. Really, our thinking is always wide. We believe we can do anything, so our mind is very wide. We just don't play small. That's not in our DNA at all. We don't do it here. So in your mind, don't ever shrink for anyone. Number one. Number two, in your mind, don't put a limitation and say, oh, I'm not a content creator. This image creating tools, I can't do it. No, 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 don't do that. Look at it as a fresh start to just learn from ground zero. Let the brain do its magic and get out of the way. You know, don't limit yourself. Don't even just do it. Don't waste your time. Just play with it. You'll be surprised how much you can. Oh, okay. You've always wanted to be an author. You have no more excuse, ladies and gentlemen. You've always wanted to be a screenwriter. No more excuse. Oh, you love to sing. You've always wanted to write a song. Done. You love poetry. You've always wanted to write rhymes and poetry as a kid. You love it. You thought it's over. Done. You can do it. You thought you could not write a book again. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, you can write a book now. Easy. In 2 hours, you have a book. Oh, my people. Really? Yeah. So no more excuses. Everything you've always wanted to do, you can do it now. So go for it, people. Just keep pushing the limits. Don't second guess yourself. Always remember impossible is nothing. Put the work, put the time. Periods like this, the goal and intent is you also go back and play with it. And one thing I commit to you is that everything we learn are the top notch things the world is talking about now, guaranteed. So take advantage of it. For those of you, I mean, yeah, I'm also in conferences a lot, currently in one right now also. So it's all the trends. I can guarantee you we are on top of it. Whatever the world is doing now, that is the most recent trends, we got it because we are there. We are there in the all with everyone. All right. So we know what's happening in terms of the trends. So take advantage of it. Just keep learning. Be eager to, maximize and push yourself to the limit too. So I challenge you, make it fun. Create a video of yourself, surprise your spouse and create a video of them, maybe, or family. Just have fun. And that's all we got for tonight. If there's no more question, enjoy the rest of the week. I wish you Godspeed. Just keep showing up. Some of you asked about our cyber class coming up. Yes, our current one is on. Sorry, you cannot participate on that one now. The next one comes up March 2nd. So we look forward to it. And another thing to prepare for, oh man, some great announcement coming in a few days. Some great, amazing partnership with some of the biggest brands in the world. So we are so excited about that. So just more to come. All right. God bless. Have a beautiful night, and we'll talk soon, everybody. God bless. Bye.